Hey, I'm coming upon Corona. It is 12:08 in the morning.
Your destination is ahead on the right.
And there goes the motel. I'm going to go on out to the property.
You have arrived at your destination.
No, I haven't.
The route
I passed
guidance
it.
is now finished.
Okay, we're going through Corona right now. I'm going to go on out to the property and check it out. And I want to install a piece on the freezer and go ahead and start it going tonight. We got the parts that we needed to turn it into a refrigerator, so that should only take a few minutes, provided I can figure out how to program it. But just having some fun listening to George Noory. You know, George Noory's not nearly as good as it used to be. Now, they're just talking about vitamins and stuff. That's no fun. I want to hear UFO stories. I want to hear ghost stories and fun stuff like that. Zombies, all kinds of garbage like that. This other stuff is just not interesting. I don't want to hear about vitamins. Gosh, that's no fun. Anyhow, I'm going to head out to the property and see if I can scare myself. And you never know, I'm easily scared, so here we go, I think, maybe. Last week when we tried to leave, this section down in here was underwater. I'm wondering if there's been anybody out here to fix it. There really wasn't that much damage, and it looks like there has been somebody through here. We had kind of a sudden storm the other day on my weather station, and showed we got better than 2.5 inches in about an hour. And that's quite a bit of rain for out here. So one of the things I want to do is, probably the reason I'm heading out there right now is wondering how the house held up. That's a lot of rain for out here. The beeping sound is my car camera going off. Got about a half mile, I think, to go. Maybe, if that. I think if anything did happen out here, some of the other people who have houses out here would give us a call. At least I hope they would. I know I would for them. Coming up on it, I can see the sign up there. Haven't seen any cows or critters. That's a good thing. A lot of dust or something in the air. I've been choking and gagging for a little while. I don't know why I'm using my turn signal. Habit. Well, this part of the road's still here. Gonna have to get some gravel on this pretty soon. So far, it looks like it's still there. There's more water tank in the back and water tank in the front. The weather station's back there working. Lights on.
make sure that you're using a good probiotic supplement.
I don't see any issues at all. Now, if we had the little 300-gallon tank set up like I was wanting to, it would probably be full right now. You can't see it in the camera, but there's a almost full moon up there, and it is daylight bright outside. It's really cool. Find the right key. That might be a chore with one hand. Gotta get the key in the hole. That could be a chore with one hand. That is the right key. There we go. Alright. Looks like we have numbers on the gauges. Turn that one on. And press the on button. And we have light. Okay. Figure out how to turn this one on. It's got a switch on it somewhere. There it is. We have more light. There's another one down here somewhere. Come on. Too much stuff in the wrong place. Put this one in. And figure out how to turn it on. We have lots of light. Where am I going to set it? That's a good place. Okay. It's not that bad in here. What is the temperature? 79, no, 73 degrees. And the pop is like cooking. Alright, I'm going to get this thing hooked up and get the heck out of here. What's our voltage? 12.7 volts. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to get busy and get stuff going, and I will be back. Gotta take the lens cap off. Okay, this is an Inkbird controller. Gotta figure out how to make it work. How to set parameters. I have to read up on that. I got more fuses, a Geiger counter, a controller, quite a bit of stuff to put together. The freezer's on. I turned the freezer on because I wanted it to start cooling. So I'm going to read up on this controller, figure out how to make it work. Oh, there's some, that ought to be really good. Growing some future blobs or something there. Alright, gonna read up on this controller. I will be back. I was going to walk off and not show you what I did. So I got to walk back in here. I'll have to rearrange this. It's got an alarm high limit here. It's showing 66.4 degrees. I set that for 65, which is, once I get the thing cooled down, it will switch. It's cooling fast. We're cooling off real fast. It's set for 39 is where it should stop. This is where the alarm low limit is. I'm sorry, no, that's not either. That's where I want it to end up. For now, I'll change that later. I want to just get this thing working for the moment. Okay. Let's see where I did set that. Okay, the alarm high limit is set for 65. The low limit is set for 32. Oh, that's the compressor start delay, so it's waits for 5 minutes. It's still cooling. It's cooling really fast. So yeah, I did set it for 39, so that would be where I want to drop that down just a little bit, 38 degrees. There's a differential of 3 degrees. I don't know, I'll have to go back through this and look at everything and make sure I did it right. Do that in the morning. There's this pop in there now. I'll probably explode them all and they'll be all over the place. Okay, so it's down to 60 degrees inside there. So it's working right now. It should shut off at 38 degrees. That's where I have it set for now. I could wait around, you know, there's not any hurry to go back, but it's kind of late and I've got an appointment here tomorrow. So this thermometer said it's 58 and that thermometer says it's 64. So it's probably just a placement of the thermometers is all. So I'm going to shut this off. Tomorrow I may try and put up 2 solar panels, but I got a lot of wiring that I want to do. Wasn't really even knowing if I was going to make it out here tonight for sure. The top meter says 12.7 still, and the other two say 12.4. I'm just going to be curious as to what they're going to say in the morning, how much voltage we're going to have out there. The bottom meter, the blue meter, says 12.51, and the other one says 12.53. I want to try and set this up so the batteries don't drop down lower than between about 85 and 90% of their rated capacity. I'm going to try to anyhow. So we're still dropping. And this one up here says 62. So when the temperature starts to climb again, it's going to have a 5-minute delay before the compressor kicks on. Sure is pretty out here, even at night. Can't see anything out there because my headlights are bright. Car's probably full of moths. I got a little sheet of plywood. I made the mistake tonight of going to the Home Depot from hell in Pueblo. It took me forever to go through. I mean, they had one checkout open and 50 people at the self-service. It was just ridiculous. I don't like going in there at all. Okay. I might gather a couple things up out of the car. Too bad you can't see anything out there. There's a twilight all around. It's really, really, really pretty. This box is the shunts. So I'm going to increase the size of the battery wire going from here and here to the batteries. And I'm going to put a shunt in here, which will give me a much more accurate reading than what I'm using right now. I'll build a platform for them right here. We'll have all 3 shunts in the same place. So I have a shunt on the charge cables, these ones. I have a shunt on the inverter cable right there, and a shunt on the 12-volt cable. And that'll give me a much more accurate, hopefully, they're 100 amp shunts, so I should be able to get a little bit better measurement with that. They tell me where the energy's going, where I'm losing, where I'm gaining, whatever. I don't think there's anything else in here that I need to get out tonight, or that I want to get out tonight. I wonder how the bird's doing up there. I can't see the nest, and it's not on the ground, so that's a good thing. But the house is still here. It survived the million mile an hour, whatever that was, the 2.5 inches of rain that we got. We're still at 12.4 volts. Down to 45 degrees, 56 on that one. I dropped that thermometer all the way down to the bottom, so that may be a difference. The thermometer for this one is up in the top. I have some food out there in the car. I'll bring that in and put it in there. Got big things going to happen tomorrow, I think. I hope. have I got there? This needs to go in. All this, I'll just take all this in. Leave the cookies. Cookies stay in the car. Down to 43. What do I got here? Hate it when stuff gets set on the chairs, because then you go to sit down and you have to move stuff for 45 minutes. Whoops, dropped my meat. Alright, there's the bread. Just set it aside. Okay, well, I'm going to put this stuff in there. I'll come on one more time before I head out, and we'll see if this thing shuts off the way it's supposed to. Be right back. I'm going to walk back in there again. The freezer is turned off. The temperature is 37.6, 37.5. This one says 47. So it's working. I'm not going to hang around to see it turn back on. I just don't want to. Go back in here and check our voltages. 12.7, 12.4, and 12.6. And this one says 12.58. And that one says 12.6. So I'm tempted to disconnect the solar panels so that when I get out here in the morning, I'll see what the voltage is. I think I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm going to try and get out here early, even though I haven't had any sleep yet. It's a little tight. Okay, so the solar panels are disconnected. That one's he's loosened up a little bit. Okay, so we're setting at 12.7, 12.4, and 12.6. I'm going to divide this up into a couple of videos because this could make it pretty long. And we don't want a really long video. So what I'm going to do is go back in here and take a look at things one more time. 38.3, 38.4, and 45. Now there's one other thing that I bought. I don't think I'm going to mess with it right now. That's this kilowatt thing. I'll open it up. Everything that I add to this uses energy. That means this thing is going to use energy. So everything uses energy. Okay. Let's go in here and it's up to 40. I'm going to unplug the light, unplug this, plug this one in, 119 volts, plug that in if it'll go. Okay, it's at 41.4, light's still off, 119 volts, 0 amps according to that. Well, that's good if it is 0 amps. It's up to 42 and 44. I may want to lower the temperature on this just a little bit, or shorten. Well, I can't. Yeah, I could shorten the compressor delay. The blinking light means it's on delay now. So 12.7, 12.4, and 12.6. That's 3 different voltmeters, so, and they're probably not real accurate. .3 and 45. I'll shorten the delay on that in the morning. I don't want to mess with it right now. I'm pretty tired. .45. My bread. What did I do with the instructions to that thing? Hope I didn't toss them. I probably did. I might have thrown them inside with everything else too. Oh, there they are. .46 is too warm. So let's look here at the compressor delay. That's PT. We'll reduce the temperature here to 34. Five, 4, 3. Okay. If anybody has used one of these before and knows a better way to set it, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel also, and let your friends and buddies know about it. I'm having a ball with this. I'm just having a ball. That says 46. This one says 50. I don't know which one's right. And of course I just turned it on too, so it may take quite a while for it to settle down. Gonna take some playing, that's for sure. But I kind of doubt that it's 51 degrees in there if this one here says it's 47. The instructions for this freezer said you had to let it set. Like if the power went out and turned off and on, you had to let it set for 5 minutes. There, it turned itself back on just now. And it came up to 48 on there. So I'm going to that's the alarm limits. I set that for 30 degrees for the low limit and change this to 2 minutes. Okay, so it's going to shut off at 33 degrees now. And what I need to do is set it up so it doesn't go past 40 on the rise. So it's going to take some attention and some getting used to and some work, but I'll get it. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to get out of here and go back to the room. Turn this one off. And turn this one off. Well, what's my voltages say first? 12.7, 12.4, and 12.6. Okay, that's off. Alright. I don't see any wild critters running around. I'd like to see that bobcat. That would be way cool. Alright, everybody. Getting in the car. I'm going boogie-loo. So, y'all have a good night. Bye-bye. Coming up on Corona. Just kind of realized that I didn't check that kilowatt meter to see what it said. And always do that in the morning. I'm going to try and get up at about 6 a.m. It's 2:10 now. I'm going to try and get up at about 6 or 6:30 and head back out there as quick as I can. And just keep track of what's going on that meter. Or on the Oh, you know what I mean, all that stuff. The inverter's putting out a ton of radio interference, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, if it's even fixable. I'd like to do some ham radio stuff in there, but it may not work out because there's so much interference. I'll add a couple more ground rods, see if that helps, and don't know what else to do. I have to do some research. I've been out of ham radio for so long, I forgot how it even works. But anyhow, I will do what I can with that. It's bad enough that it's caused the weather station not to transmit. That's fixable. The weather station's only about 20 yards, maybe, from the inverter, from the building. But all I have to do there really is just move the weather station, which is something I wanted to do anyhow. I'm back at Corona Motel. I think. So there's my room, number 5. Probably just woke everybody up. If it be my luck, I'll set on my keys again and set off the alarm. George Norrie is actually talking about something interesting, and I'm going inside. He's talking about the SETI program, and that's always interesting. But I'm here, so I'm going to run in. Good night, everybody. This will be one video, and then I'll start another video on whatever it is I'm doing tomorrow. Bye-bye.